advocate for social justice, as a great advocate and architect of the clean economy that we're all fighting for. I'm so happy to be able to present to you Rich Trumka, the president of the AFL-CIO.
The importance of this alliance. You see, the twin crisis of global climate change and joblessness demands that we do some great things. Facing each alone is a staggering task, but together, these challenges really offer us a measure of hope. The climate situation can only be solved if we retool our world, our factories, our power plants, our homes, our offices, our rail lines and vehicles, locomotives and planes, and schools and hospitals. And they must all be modernized right now, upgraded, renovated and replaced with something cleaner, more efficient, and less wasteful. See, we have to fix the leaks and the seeps in America's natural gas and oil pipelines. And we have to keep developing green technology and, quite frankly, so much more. That transformation can mean jobs. It means opportunities for economic growth. It means building a path to a healthier world and a healthier world economy, one less dependent on volatile energy prices, one where more of us have the things that modern energy really makes possible. And that's how America can retake our position as the world leader in innovation, by stepping forward to meet the challenge. And to do it, quite frankly, we need a comprehensive energy and jobs strategy and bill that all of us, and I mean all of us, can get behind. Now, it can't be done piecemeal, and it has to be done big. On that point, allow me to commend my friends, Leo Gerard, whose vision led to the founding of the BlueGreen Alliance, and President Billy Height of the United Association, who in the last few months has seen the opportunity for the BlueGreen Alliance to stop dangerous greenhouse gas emissions and create good jobs by repairing and upgrading America's pipeline network. And I want to commend the Sierra Club for its role in founding the BlueGreen Alliance with the steelworkers. And Mike Bruin, and I don't know if Mike's here or not, I want to thank him for his continuing, its steadfast commitment to supporting the workers' rights to organize. Now, we've not always seen eye to eye on how to address climate change. But what is important about the BlueGreen Alliance is the idea of the labor movement and the environmental movement working together to build on our common values and our common interests. See, at the heart of all of this is our shared belief that human beings and the planet that we share with all creation must be treated as having a value and a dignity far beyond the profits that can be wrung out of both of them. Yet despite all the good work by everyone in this room, the only way that we can meet the enormous size of the challenges is with a comprehensive energy and jobs bill. A comprehensive energy and jobs bill needs to go to President Obama's desk, and it needs to get there this year. Now, I'll be honest with you, I can just about hear the quote-unquote political realists who point to the quagmire in Congress and think, comprehensive energy and jobs bill? Not a chance, right? Well, let me just say this, that about last year at this time, not many of those political realists imagined that we would be as close as we are to comprehensive immigration reform, although there's a lot more work to be done, we're real close, despite what those political realists said last year. See, skepticism is healthy, but I'll tell you something. The naysayers are shortchanging the potential size and the power of a movement that combines environmentalists and labor and business. I got to tell you, the reason why I love the mine workers that I came from, we were too dumb to know what we couldn't do. So we just go ahead and do it. But they would always tell us, you can't do that. And you can't do this and you can't do that. We got to get past that. Because not only can we really must. We have to. For the good of everybody involved, for this planet and for every human inhabitant on this planet. See, we've operated for a long time with incremental change. But I believe that together, it's possible for us to spark a sea change. Something to turn all those so-called conventional wisdom believers and realists on their heads. But to make it happen, we've got to get our work in high gear. And let me say two things as directly as I know how to say them. First, for the record, I want to make it crystal clear that we firmly believe in and trust a science-based approach to regulating our environment, and we know that climate change is real. We also know that responding to climate change will give America a competitive economic advantage in the global marketplace. And second, I want to reject the notion that we're engaged in a zero-sum game, that for one of us to win, the other has to lose, that cleaning and greening our environment means the destruction of jobs. Sometimes it is that way, and it can be that way, but it doesn't have to be that way. And I gotta tell you, it can't be that way anymore, because it tears us apart, and we need to be together. We're stronger together, and we can't ever allow ourselves to be divided. You see, working people, especially people in poor communities, can't bear the cost of tackling climate change alone. And it would be wrong to ask us to bear that burden all alone. And quite frankly, politically, it won't work. The reality is that we need each other. We have to be able to rely on each other. We have to be able to both know what it means to walk in each other's shoes and to tell each other the truth. See, I understand the desperation of the scientific community faced with the prospect of runaway global warming. But the only path to success lies in the scientific and environmental community having a similar understanding of the desperation of unemployed construction workers and laid off manufacturing workers. When we understand both the climate crisis and the job crisis, together we can set our sights on more projects, like the Transportation and Jobs for America project developed by the Los Angeles Alliance for a New Economy. This is the kind of blue-green partnership bringing together the Brookings Institute, a number of universities, and a coalition of trade unions and community groups, including the BlueGreen Alliance. This project levels the playing field for high-road employers bidding on rail cars and bus manufacturing procurements by incentivizing commitments to good jobs, domestic production, and a long-term investment in disadvantaged communities. Let me give you another example of the kind of support for another that can build our relationship. Just last month, I took part in a rally in West Virginia challenging a company called Patriot Coal, which is about the worst named company that I've ever heard of. This was a company that was formed by Peabody Coal and Arch Coal that go back over 100 years. There were songs written about Peabody Coal in the 30s when they were totally raping the landscape down there. Mr. Peabody was carrying it away. So this company was formed by Peabody and Arch and rigged to fail. So Peabody could shed its pension liabilities and obligations to coal miners who made that company rich. See, Peabody transferred all of their legacy costs into Little Patriot Coal, undercapitalized it and knew it would go under, and when it did, they would say, gee, it's too bad. 100 years of promises don't matter. Now, no company called Patriot should ever do what Patriot has done. Patriot Coal stands for everything wrong in America right now. And quite frankly, working people are sick. So I went to a rally at a bankruptcy court in West Virginia, and thousands of miners were there and thousands of other workers and supporters. And I gotta tell you, it was beautiful and it was inspiring. Everybody standing up together. It gave me a lot of hope. And I was absolutely thrilled to see Van Jones from Green for All call out Patriot Coal on television. Right now, to be completely frank with you, our alliance is too often too fragile in too many places. We shouldn't be letting the things that we disagree with divide us. We should be grabbing hold of with all our might and bringing the thousands and thousands of things that unite us together and focusing on them. And we have a real chance today. And ironically, we have a real chance to come together and do some good stuff because of our vulnerability. If you look around at the fault lines in American politics, you'll see that institutions that safeguard America's environment are under serious attack. And if you look around, you understand that working people are under serious attack. See, the anti-regulation crowd is out to destroy job safety and labor rights protections just as much as it wants to tear apart environmental protections. We can all duck down into a defensive crouch, or we can step up, we can get up, and we can stand together and lock our arms together and say, not only is this wrong, but this is wrong. And instead of talking about my issues or your issues, we ought to be talking about our issues. We can look with clear eyes at the things that might divide us, pipelines and coal mines or whatever else, and then join forces to put our priorities together, because I know that what we share is greater, 1,000-fold greater than any issue that we might quibble with over here or over there. See, when it comes down to it, the Blue-Green Coalition is joined at the hip, whether we like it or we don't. And the more we acknowledge that and build on it, the better off both of us will be. The better off the working families will be, and the better off the environment that we all share will be. So, what do you say we get together and change Washington? Let's unite in a way that makes the pundits' heads spin. I think we can do it. I want to do it. I think you want to do it as well. Let's get together and show those pundits what we can really do and how